Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. So happy to be here with you all on today to lead you in a very special way and yet another grief devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is what you reveal on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. And that's why we shout, "Good morning," because morning is, guess what? It's a good thing. I don't care what they tell you. Morning is a good thing, and we are super duper excited to have this wonderful opportunity to lead you today in another grief devotion where we're going to get straight to it. Y'all, let's get to it. Today is day 65. We're going to talk about I make it a priority to get good sleep. I make it a priority to get good sleep. How many of y'all have had sleep issues since you started your grief journey or mourning, or since you've experienced the loss, the change, the transition, that you have had some sleep issues? Anybody out there? Can't sleep at night, and I wonder why. Going to get off. I don't feel good. Pray for me. Good to go. All right, Felicia Henderson, we got you. Y'all pray for Felicia Henderson. How many of y'all have had some issues or problems as it relates to sleep when you navigate through your grief journey, right? So many of us, I say this all the time, and this is why this is so important. It is important for you to understand that grief affects the whole entire being, your whole entire person. Is not just something that you navigate through in one area, but you go through it in all areas. So mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And when you start talking about your grief journey, we talked about, I think it was Pilar who mentioned yesterday about therapy and theology, right? It's not either or, it's both and. That we need the therapy for our mental, our emotional state, but we need the theology for our spiritual state. But guess what? We also need, there's a physical component as well. I said before, it's important what we consume physically. You are what you eat. So you want your body to be able to respond. If you want your mental and your emotional to be healthy, you want to be healthy spiritually, you want to be healthy physically. And part of that being healthy physically is not just diet and exercise. It's not just what you consume and the exercise you get, but this is a part that's often overlooked. It is the sleep. It is the quality of your sleep. What is the quality of your sleep, right? As it relates to everything you're dealing with and going through in your grief journey, what is the quality of your sleep? That's what we're going to talk about real briefly on today. Let's get to it. Loss often disturbs sleep. Loss, it may often disturb sleep. I might be experiencing insomnia, or I might be sleeping too much, yet still not feel rested, right? I might be experiencing insomnia where I can't sleep, but I'm up, and just no matter what I try or what I do, it's hard for me to get any type of sleep or any type of rest. Or there may be people who just sleep too much, right? Depressed, whatever the case may be. That's all you do is sleep. And even though when you do sleep, you're not getting much rest, right? What are we to do with this? Let's explore it. If I'm having sleep issues, I don't let them slide. That's the first thing you do. Stop letting it slide. It's the indication that something is off, something is wrong, something needs to be fixed or adjusted. For so many of us, and this relates to so many things, if we feel pain in our body, we let it slide. We anything that go on, it's the indicator. It's the indication that something is off and something is wrong. So even sleep, if you're getting a lot of sleep but no rest, if you're getting no sleep, you have insomnia, you can't sleep, that's not normal. You don't want to just continue on as if it is normal. You don't want to continue to move forward like it is what it is, and you've been dealing with it for weeks and months or for a long time, and you haven't tried to make adjustments or get help or seek whatever the case. It's not normal, right? So if you're having problems as it relates to sleep, whatever that may be, Do not let it slide, right? Don't ignore it. It's like your grief. Don't ignore it, explore it. What's going on? I don't let them slide. Instead, I work to ensure my sleep habits are as healthy and effective as possible. You want to work to ensure that your sleep habits are healthy and effective as possible. And if I'm still having trouble sleeping, I see my primary care provider and maybe even a sleep specialist. Yeah, this is so important because, again, it affects everything that you do, the quality of your sleep. If you're not sleeping properly, then your days feel like crap. You're not rested, right? You're so just navigating throughout the days, and then you always become exhausted and tired. It affects everything that you do. And it can continue to have an deeper impact and effect on your body, right? And so that's something that we don't want to ignore, something that we want to explore. And we want to see, even as you navigate through your grief and mourning journey, is there something that related to the loss, change, or transition that's now affecting this particular area of my life, right? We want to make sure. And some of us, we try all of these things. I need a nightcap, or we try all of these different things to try to help us. Is something that we don't want to ignore. We want to explore because the quality of our sleep can affect it affects the quality of our life. The quality of your sleep will affect the quality of your life. And so that's an area that you want to make sure, if you're having troubles or issues in that area, right? You want to work to ensure your sleep habits are as healthy and effective as possible. If I'm still having trouble sleeping, I see my primary provider and maybe even a sleep specialist. Y'all, you may even have to take it that far, right? I know black folks is always just trying to do home remedies. Y'all trying nightcaps. Y'all done drunk some ginger ale. Y'all done took some Robitussin, melatonin, all of this stuff, right? Try contacting your primary care provision, a physician. You may even have to see a sleep specialist. That's one of the things that you do not want to overlook or ignore for an extended period of time, right? Because the quality of your sleep, it will affect the quality of your life. So you want to make sure that that's something that you go after. Check this out. Good sleep is the foundation of wellness. I just said it in a different way. Good sleep is the foundation of wellness. I can't mourn effectively and move toward healing if I'm not getting good sleep. It's the foundation of wellness. You ever not got good sleep and you get up and you're groggy or you're irritable and you're snapping at everybody because you're not getting good sleep? It starts to affect your relationships with your spouse or your children or even work. You may be running late for work. You snappy at work and it causes tension in the office. All of these things have, you can't perform your best, right? You're not alert. You're not attentive. Your performance is off on the job. All of this stems from what? Sleep. Because good sleep is what? It is the foundation of wellness. And you can't mourn effectively and move toward healing if you're not getting good sleep. It all plays a part. It's all connected. It's all related. So you want to make sure you put yourself in a position to where you address that issue if that is indeed an issue that you're having. Here's the final thought, y'all. Grief naturally disturbs my sleep, so I must allow myself to rest and renew whenever possible. Grief naturally disturbs my sleep, so I must allow myself to rest and renew whenever possible. Today is day 65. I'm so glad y'all still alive. This word was for us. I make it a priority to get good sleep. Let me know any questions regarding this lesson. Nikisha says, I have lots of sleepless nights. Yes, you want to ensure you are getting the proper sleep. Have you sought your primary care physician or even a sleep specialist? It's so important. Hey, Jen Bell, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, so it's hard to rest. Do you have a CPAP machine? You want to make sure. I don't sleep much. I sleep, but don't reach the deep sleep much. Yeah, you got to make sure. Do you have a machine? Make sure you get that machine. Sleep hygiene is what we call it. No TV in the room, no phone in bed, no eating 3 hours before sleep, No alcohol before bed. An awesome recommendation is the Christian sleep devotion on YouTube. It works. A Christian sleep devotion. Is that like a just a channel that you play? They just play music or something? A Christian sleep devotion. I love it. Sleep hygiene is important, y'all. It's like not only is it the things around you, but I even tell people. I tell people, go to bed, don't fall asleep. Right? That's what I was telling my children. I said, go to bed, don't fall asleep. All right, what's the difference? You fall asleep, you doing all of this stuff. You on your phone, you watching TV, you get sleepy, and you just fall asleep. But if you go to bed, you establish a routine, right? You establish a routine of whether it's a shower, a bath, a book, a journal. I'm journaling, I'm reading. Um, I'm not on my phone an hour before I go to sleep. You establish or I'm drinking some tea that's going to help me. You establish a routine instead of just falling asleep. You actually go to bed, right? But I love this sleep hygiene. No TV in the room, no phone in the bed, no eating 3 hours before sleep, no alcohol because your body doesn't know what to do with it, so it's working to try to process it. And so while you're trying to get rest, your body is working. Um, Christian sleep devotion on YouTube. I'm gonna have to check that out. Good morning, Mama. Thanks for the information. Thanks for the suggestions. Very welcome. If you take melatonin, it only works in the dark, activates in the dark, and the room should be dark regardless. Come on, come through, nurse. Come through, Nurse Pilar. I haven't used it in a few years. There was a recall. Oh man, you still was supposed to use it. Yeah, you still was supposed to use it until you got your replacement. That's what they said. A nice, deep, slow voice reads scriptures about God's comfort. Okay, sleep devotion. I'm gonna have to check that one out. So these are some good remedies, y'all. Sleep hygiene. You want to make sure you're participating in that. Don't fall asleep. Go to bed. Seek your primary care physician. Even check out the sleep devotion. So that's awesome. Sleep devotion, Christian sleep devotion. I'll check that out. Man, well, good discussion on today. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hang in there. Make sure you address and get the proper sleep you need so that we can continue to navigate through our grief and mourning journey. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. See y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.